So if you are interested in checking out this thing on Friday, I just put it into the chat. It's also in the description. Just go to authenticvisibility.co. That's not .com, it's .co, and you can sign up there, and it's free, and I think it's going to be really cool. So here is the thing. As a creative person, now I work with people who are writers, who are visual artists, who are filmmakers, who are teachers and coaches, who make podcasts, make all different kinds of things. But what is true of all of them is that they use their work to communicate. Oh, I have the wrong thing in there. Anyway, they use their work to communicate something that's in their head, some idea they have, some set of, thoughts and ideas and so on that they may have had, and they are going deeper and deeper into those ideas in order to develop the work. And so if you're like a visual artist, for example, maybe you have something that you want to communicate through your painting, and something, it's not just like the picture, the image that's in the painting. It's not just, I saw this thing in front of me. It has to do with emotions. It has to do with a constellation of thoughts and ideas that come together. If you're a writer, it's even more obvious. The point is that you are a communication expert in what you do. So in the thing that you are already doing, whether it's comics, illustration, whatever it is, you are, if not an, like top level expert, you are on the path to being an expert. You are devoting your time and energy to developing this expertise towards the goal of doing this really, really well, communicating what's inside your head super well through your work. You've spent all of this time doing that. So even if you are a developer and you create applications, like what you're doing is trying to get this whole idea of like how things could work and how could it be expressed in the world. You're getting it to work in code so that the person on the other end can use it and see a little sliver of your vision, right? So it's all about that communication of that vision. So the thing that you're trying to do with that is not just get it out of your head. It's not just like, oh, that's been bothering me. It needs to be out of my head now. Instead, it's about how can I get it into somebody else's head? How can I get them to understand this thing and communicate with me? How can I get people to hear what I'm saying? And that is the key. And that essentially is marketing. That's like what marketing is like trying to get other people to hear you. And that is your marketing. The marketing brain piece is the part where the work is there, or the thoughts are, what you want to communicate, and you have to get it into somebody else's head. That's the piece of it. That's the bridge that gets broken for a lot of creatives. But you've already done 90% of the work. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you already have all of these things that are in your corner in terms of getting that idea out there into the world, getting that work out there into the world. Like, Rona is here on Facebook, and I know Rona's work is really, really full of ideas. I worked with Rona when she was an undergrad, and just, an abstract painting just had layers and layers and layers of meaning. And Rona spent all kinds of time diving into how she could communicate those feelings and thoughts and ideas through shape and through references to other works and through texture, through color. And has since moved into doing, installation work, which is even more, full of content and ideas. So all of that stuff it's a superpower, really. It's, most people who are trying to do marketing, all they're trying to do is vlog stuff and just like make sales and get stuff out the door. That is not what creatives are doing when they try to market their work. Obviously, it's nice to be paid. And I am not trying to tell you you shouldn't want to be paid for your work, because you should. But that is secondary to wanting to be heard, and wanting to have impact and have, enter into this larger conversation in the world. It's, there are a lot easier ways to make a living. There are a lot easier ways to make money, and we all know it. And so why are we here? Why are we doing this stuff? We're doing it because of that conversation that we want to be having. So if you have any questions about that, any thoughts about that and how that works for you, please get them in the chat now so that I can answer them. It takes a minute for everything to show up and stream in. So get those things in there. While you're doing that, just a reminder, I've actually put in the wrong message here. This is the message I was supposed to put at the end, not in the middle. So the what I'd like to ask you to do is to get yourself to authenticvisibility.co. Here you go, authenticvisibility.co, and register for the training that's going to be on Friday, because we're going to talk about more about this, and then specifically how to do that. So like, you're 90% of the way there, you've got all these things, you've got so much to share, so much that you want to, you want to be in a conversation. So if you're doing it alone in your studio, there's nothing wrong with that. You're completely permitted to do it however you want to do it. But for the most part, it feels incomplete until you're actually communicating with an audience, which is why I think this training has been so popular. I mean, there's almost 700 people signed up for it already, which I'm amazed by, but it's amazing. It's really, really cool. I'm really excited for it. So I hope you'll join me on Friday for that. The next thing we're going to talk about tomorrow, I'm going to be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I'm going to be here at 2 o'clock every day this week, including Friday when we do our big training. So please, come every day at 2 o'clock if you like. Tomorrow we're going to talk about this other thing, which I think is something that's like this, I don't know, elephant in the room sort of, which is like most of us who are creatives work in some kind of creative field, but it's kind of like passion adjacent, I call it. Like, you're doing something that sounds cool to the outside world, and it is cool, and you're happy you did it, and oh my God, you're so grateful, but it's not what you want to be doing. And so how does that happen? And, why is it important to pay attention to that? Why is it okay to have doubts about that? We're going to talk about that tomorrow, so you can come back. Then you can sign up on Crowdcast to get a reminder about it. Is the link to Friday's training on Facebook too? Rona, authenticvisibility.co. Annette just posted it right above you, Rona. Got it? Okay, good. And it's in the description as well. It'll take you straight to the landing page to sign up for it. If you're already on Crowdcast, and I see there's about 20 people on Crowdcast with me right now, if you aren't signed up for it yet, you can just, at the end of this, you can just click my name at the top of Crowdcast. It'll take you to my homepage, and you can see the Wildly Obsessed sign up there, as well as the other daily live casts I'm going to be doing. So I see Sonia saying it's so true and it really resonates. Anybody have any questions about this idea? Because I just really feel like, for me, when I realized that, I was doing, this is one of the things that happens when you're actually writing marketing messages and you're thinking about how to communicate about what your work is. And my work in this case is authentic visibility. It's like the authentic visibility course. And I'm trying to think, how can I communicate the value of this to the people I want to talk to? And because people I want to talk to are people like you who are here right now. And I'm thinking, it's that secret sauce, is that the thing that in the pilot cohort, which we just finished in December, that really made the difference for people is realizing how much they already had within them, and they just needed to own it. They just needed to believe in it and not think that they had to conform to somebody else's pattern and to do this somebody else's way. And you don't have to do it anybody else's way. You don't have to follow the listicles of 20 hot tips for whatever. They don't work anyway. They're not going to work if they're not tapping into what's really truly your strength, which is your own creative thoughts and your creative ideas, your creative work that exists. Jim loves the term passion adjacent. Jim, yeah, we got to talk. I know all about that for you. You do such amazing work and sometimes end up in that passion adjacent space, which is really painful. All right, I'm not seeing any questions in here today, but you know what? If you have questions about this and you want to ask about this tomorrow, you can also ask about this same topic tomorrow. It doesn't have to be on topic to come back and do this with me live. But I will be back tomorrow, 2 o'clock, to talk about this idea of the passion adjacent work and how it can really derail you from being known as the person you want to, being known for the work that you want to be known for, that you truly know is the real work and the stuff that really matters. Dean, hi Dean. Dean is stuck in passion adjacent home design and wants to move into authentic work ASAP. I hear you, Dean, and I know that that's true for you. This is another thing, again, that like, I didn't realize that this was what was going on for everybody until I worked with the students in the pilot of the authentic visibility group, where I was like, oh, everybody here is already doing stuff that the world would consider incredibly awesome. And they're all like, yeah, but I'm stuck. And so if you feel that way, come back tomorrow. We'll talk about it then. We'll talk about it also on Friday. So hope to see y'all guys then. See you guys all then. And don't forget to sign up for the training at authenticvisibility.co. Not .com, that's not me, .co. All right.